Right, guys, welcome to our afternoon session. We've got some decent players in this afternoon. Some of the all of the players from this morning have carried on. They're doing a full day session with us, and then we've got some more additional players joining us for the afternoon. Two complete newbies, so we've got to be nice to the newbies. They've never played at all before. One of them has his own airsoft gun for plinking in his back garden. The other one is one of our rental. He's using one of our Valken rentals, the Kilos. So hopefully he'll have a good time with that. Hopefully they enjoy their first ever airsoft session. We're starting off the afternoon with a team deathmatch. Hopefully we've got a good split of teams as well, and it's not too unfair, but we'll see what these two beginning games, these 2 rounds of team deathmatch do. Dan will then decide whether he's going to switch them up a little bit. See what happens. So just bear with us a couple more minutes and we'll get our first game started. I'll switch it over to the the arena cam here, and you'll be able to see what's going on. Most of the players are now in the arena. So here we go. Cool, the little voice in my ears just tell me they're just 1 minute out from starting the game. There's the players there in their spawns. We've got lights on this afternoon. We've got 6 players on one team and I think 5 on the other. I thought we had 12 players, but I was mistaken. We only have 11. But still good turnout. Almost a full house. We may have to reshuffle some of the teams after these first 2 games just to see how it goes. But we'll see. We've got some younger airsofters in the arena today as well, which is cool. And they're very good players. They got the fastest time on the attack and defend. These 2 did, so they're very good players. Very speedy. I think Dan is just looking for one of our players. And here we go. So this first round is team deathmatch. You'll see that the players will press the buttons in their spawns, those little white lights you can see on those bottom 2 cameras. When they press those buttons, it counts the player's spawn. So basically at the end of the game, the team who has the least respawns is the winning team. The team with the most obviously then loses. So nice and simple. Aim of the game is just to try and not to get shot as much. Lost my words there. It's actually harder than it sounds talking about something constantly all day. It's difficult to figure out what to say sometimes. Here we go. The respawns are looking fairly even. A few green respawns, a few red respawns. If you weren't with us this morning's session, you'll see that I will refer to one team as red team, but you won't see red armbands, you'll see blue armbands. We just don't have any red armbands, and the reason we call them the red team is because the targets are either in green or red. So it's just easier for us. And easier for you guys as the viewers to see which sort of targets the players are shooting. We will eventually get some red armbands, we just haven't had the chance to do that just yet. Had a busy week. We've been on site all weekend at Driverwood from they did a Vietnam weekend, or they're still going on now. and that was a busy one. We had to do the shop all 3 days there, and then we also have a site shop at Dog Tag that we do, and they also had a mil sim on this weekend, 36-hour event, so been a busy one for us. Lots of back and forth with the respawning. Seems fairly even at the moment. Let me just turn on Dan's eyes. Here you go. Now Dan can actually see. There we go. Switch over to Dan. Let's see what he's looking at. It looks like he's getting a gun pointed at him at the moment. Player there with an SSG, I believe. The G&G SSG, the supposed controversial gun. No different to an ARP9 though. Just an M4 style in an ugly form. They come in all sorts of different colours as well, which is quite cool, if you're into that. I'm more into my my simulation kind of stuff, so I prefer the replicas and things with trademarks and stuff like that. But I can appreciate the sort of the reasoning behind the gun. The angled stock just makes it so much easier to use with a full face mask. I avoid using full face because of that reason. I don't like it's hard to shoulder a gun with a full face mask, I find. But sorry, I tend not to use full face. Not always the best idea though. You know, ban you from the chat there. Goodbye. Anyone that does spam random stuff in our chat will just be banned, so don't do that. So we're coming up to 5 minutes, almost 5 minutes anyway, so the halfway point. How do you guys think the teams are doing? Are they fairly even? Are they uneven? I think it looks fairly even, to be fair. Haven't seen the two younger players actually respawning as much, so clearly they're doing quite well, which is good. Our rental players seem to be doing quite well as well. I haven't seen them respawning so much. It's just about 4 minutes remaining now. It's quite hard to tell who's going to be winning this one. Both teams seem to be respawning just as much as the other one, so that's good. It's just it's hard for me to tell who's the winning team, or the team that's ahead while the game's playing. We'll just have to wait till the end to see what the spawn counter tells us. Eventually you guys will be able to see the spawn counter on screen as well. We just haven't got the code for that just yet. It's fairly new, our respawn system, so it's still needs some work, but it's all up and running for the players, so it all improves their experience in the arena, which is completely interactive, which is awesome. If you're just joining us as well, our first game is Team Deathmatch that they're on now. There's just 3 minutes left of this game. The rules are pretty simple of this one. It's just the team with the least amount of respawns is the winning team. The little white buttons you can see, the little white lights there, you might see a player press one in a second. Doesn't seem to be anyone being shot. Oh, here we go. So this guy should press the button here. There you go, on the bottom camera there. So that counts it counts as spawns basically. So each player will press that button as they respawn. It will count their spawns. The team with the least amount of spawns tallied at the end win. So I did just notice a player, one of the new players there, just didn't press the button as he spawned. It might just be that it's a new concept for him. It is his first time ever playing, so probably quite a lot going on there. A little bit of a knee slide as well across the centre of the arena. Nice to see those. Seems like they're all pressing the buttons now, so that's good. An elbow on the button there. Sweet. Lots of respawns for the red team there. Just then, they must have had a little bit of a flurry from the greens, taking loads of them out. Wouldn't recommend shooting from your spawn though. Not the best tactic. And that is game over. I was literally just about to have a look on what time we had left there. So that was it. So we'll see who is the better team for the first game anyway. See how balanced they are. Just did a few moments, so I'll just switch the screens over. So bear with us a minute and I'll find out from Dan what the scores were. So the Reds won, but literally just by one. So the Reds had 29 respawns, and the Greens had 30. So that's crazy. That means that they're very well balanced. So we'll see what this next game's like, and then yeah, we'll see how they get on. Bear with us a couple minutes while the players reload quickly, and then we'll get them back in. So in a few minutes time we'll be doing another round of team deathmatch. Players are just quickly reloading and hopefully they get straight back in. If you're just joining us, they're just on a small break after their first round of team deathmatch, which was really even. The Reds did win, but by 1 respawn. So the Reds got 29 respawns and the Greens had 30. So very close. That 1 respawn could have made it a draw, which would have been cool. That would have been a first. So we'll see how the next game fares. If you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. We're just on a short break while the players just reload a little bit, catch their breath, and then we'll be back with another round of team deathmatch. So far, the Reds have only just won the first one. It was almost a draw, but the the greens had that last respawn just at the end of the game, and it changed it for them. Back with another round of Team Deathmatch shortly. Just a couple more minutes now. Players are just getting their masks and stuff on. Shouldn't be too long till our next game starts. If you've just joined us, we're doing Team Deathmatch for the next game. Nice and simple. The team with the least amount of respawns is the winner. So here we go, players are just entering the arena now. So this is another round of team deathmatch. In each spawn, players have a respawn button. They will need to press that respawn button every time they respawn. It will count the amount of times that team has respawned overall, and the team with the least amount of respawns is the winning team. The scoreboard will say to shoot to flip. We just use that as a game mode effectively for that. The targets are not actually in use. Dan's just told me the game is literally about to start, so here we go. Just gonna press the button. Here we go, game on. Greens off to a bit of a slower start than the reds there. I think they all decided to go one way and got stuck. Let's have a look at what Dan's up to. Switch over to Dan. So he's in the spawn currently, fiddling with a gun. Might be a player's gun, I'm not sure. Well, let's get. It's not too interested in what he's going. I thought he was following a player around, but no, he seems to be struggling with something there. Respawn from the reds and the greens there, so far fairly even. Nice, the cameras have not been unmuted. There we go, now I can actually hear what's going on in the arena. My bad. Look at Dan, he's following Noah around at the moment, it seems. He's at the Reds spawn, the Reds half of the arena currently, near their spawn. Oh, there's a green player very close to them, so I'll keep an eye on what's going on there. Very close. Dan is kind of stuck in between. He's probably about to get shot, so he probably wants to find a different place to stand. A very sneaky little spot there. And just get them as they just come out of their spawn, which is a bit evil, but here we go, he's about to take two out, I think. Yep, he did. He took a few of them out. He then did get taken out himself. Go back to all cams, have a look. So It seems fairly even, and from what I've seen, the reds have respawned a little bit more than the greens have, but I could be wrong there. The reds did win the last game, but with literally just one respawn, so it was 29 to 30 to the reds. More respawns, still majority reds respawning. The greens seem to be the more aggressive team, I would say. They're pushing all the way across the arena and trying to pin them in their spawn area. Doesn't seem to be working too much, but it does look like they're taking out more reds than the greens. And the reds are taking out greens even. So, looks like there's been a huge amount of the greens just taken out, almost all of them, or I think it was all of them. The reds have taken up somewhere in the arena. I'm not quite sure where they are. It's looking like... I'm not sure what the scores are like, to be honest. We've got 2 minutes left. We'll see. So once again, the reds did win the last game, but literally by only one respawn, they got 29 and the greens got 30. So it was very close. See if this one's going to be very close again. Once again, though, lots of greens in the respawn there, but the reds are making a bit of a comeback, from what I can see anyway. So that is game over. We will see what the scores are like. I'll check with Dan and I'll let you guys know in a second. We'll just switch over to our break screen. So it was actually a win to the Reds. The Reds got what was it? It was I think the Greens had 35. No, 45 the Greens had. So the Reds did win there. And the Reds had 30 odd spawns there. So that's pretty good. We'll be back after a couple minutes for the next game. We'll probably be playing a 2-shooter flip, where the targets will be involved and they'll get stuck in with those. So bear with us a couple minutes and we'll be back with the next game. couple minutes now till the next game. Players are just reloading still. We will be in for a 2-shooter flip is the next one. I'll double check that with Dan, but I think that is the one we're going for. In 2-shooter flip, the targets will all start off as unowned. You will need to go around the arena, make sure those targets become your colours by shooting them, and then keeping them those colours for as long as you can. The team that holds the most targets their colour for the longest is the winning team, unless they respawn loads and loads. The respawns do count in this. If you respawn loads, so if your team keeps on dying, your score will be negatively affected by that at the end of the game. not too much longer till the next game now. We are playing a 2-shooter flip for the next one. 1 minute until they're starting. They're literally just about to head into the arena now. So 2-shooter flip, it's a fun one. We use the targets and the respawn counters in this game. The idea is to just capture and hold as many of the targets your colour as long as you can. The team to hold the longest, the most for the longest is the winner. But if they respawn loads and loads, so the more you respawn, the more it will affect your score negatively at the end of the game. So just take that into account. If you see a team holding loads of targets but respawning loads, they might not necessarily win. So let's get the cameras all switched over now. There we go. Some players just finishing off getting their gear together. Sorry about the creaky chair, by the way. It occasionally makes some noises. Not sure if you're picking them up on the microphone there, but you do hear it in the background. I apologise for that. So here we go, just about to start. One player is just heading over to their spawn, and we should be going. And here we go, game on. Green team leaving the spawn very quickly there, or as I thought, they didn't actually leave. They just kind of left the area and then stood in front of it. One red player back in the spawn, but not respawning. I think they just deciding on which way they want to go there. And then we have a green player and a red player respawning already. Green team seems to be holding most of the targets. The reds haven't quite picked up on that just yet. But not all the targets are in play yet, so there might be some they haven't shot just yet. Just seen one there on the bottom left camera, just been taken in that little corridor. Let's switch over to Dan. Let's see what Dan's up to. Okay, so it appears to be in a corridor. Okay, he's with the red spawn, I believe. looking at the floor. What's he doing? There we go. Lots of two-tone guns in the arena today. It's not a bad thing though, because it means there's lots of new players, which is good. We always like new players adding to the hobby. The more the merrier. So back to the all cams now. Unlock Dan's eyes, there we go. Dan waving at a target there, introducing himself to it. Got a lot of red respawns then, all of a sudden, but it does appear that the points are fairly even, sort of like a back and forth. See who takes the lead there. When the teams are fairly even, this game really relies on the beginning of the game. So if you get out and take a load of targets really quickly, you're usually guaranteed that win if you're fairly evenly matched. So, seems fairly even again, but the Reds have taken the lead. They've got 15 or so targets. It's going down a little bit now, but they seem to be holding more targets than the Greens are, which is really cool. Fairly even now. It's evened out a little bit, but the Reds do seem to just be holding a little bit more. We'll see how they did, because I know at the beginning of the game they didn't grab too many of the targets as quick as the Greens did. The Greens ran around and grabbed as many as they could see. Really got to be an aggressive team to push out and grab more targets in this one. Where the arena is laid out, it is exactly identical on both sides, so all the targets are positioned in the same places on both sides of the arena. So you could quite easily grab one side, and then you've got just as sort of the other team has just as easily grabbed all of their targets as well, so they'll be defending, and there'll be a little firefight across the middle. See who gets control. Couple of Greens in their spawn, mooching around. Seems to be having gun issues. Hopefully Dan helps him out there. All but one green players in their spawn. Not good. They still seem to be holding their own, even though they haven't got that many players out there. Little back and forth from one of the targets there. Both two players shooting the exact same target in the center. Seems like Dan has just had to take one of those players back into the thing. Oh, but another guy in the safe zone has lent him a gun, so that's good. Just the last minute and a half of the game. Looks like the Greens have taken a massive lead there, suddenly taking out loads and loads of targets. The player who had a gun malfunction is back. Yep, receiving, mate. Yeah, no worries. After this game, bring it down. I'll stick it on charge. You've probably got about 30 seconds of the game left as well. Sorry, there I was just talking to Dan. One of the players, his battery has died, so I'll get that charged up for him. Thought I had muted my microphone, but I did not. So that is game over. Let's see. So the Reds win. That's good. The Reds won on overall. We'll find out what their respawns were like in a few minutes. We'll have to dash off and put this battery on charge, so I might not be here for the entire break duration, but we will be going on to a short break, and then we will be back with another round of 2 shooter flip. In a few seconds I'll get the score for you guys, and then we'll be back. So the respawns were very close again. The red team did win, but the green teams had 32 spawns and the reds had 29. So it was very, very close. But the reds did win on reveal time on the targets there. So we'll be back in a few minutes with another round. We'll just give the players a chance to reload. So it looks like the players are all getting ready for the next round. Let's just switch them over so you can see those guys there. Seems like we have a player taking a bit of a rest on the floor there. Not quite sure why he's doing that. Thank you. Cool. So this is game on. Oh, the Reds were definitely a bit more on it. They were ready. The Greens were not ready for that. We got Dan in the arena now. So, Reds, definite heavy lead there with 10 targets to 4, that was. They've got a little less now, it's evening up a bit, but there's still a few targets and nobody's seems to have shot there, so some are not in play. There's 20 targets in total, and we're missing 3 by the looks of it. Is that right? No, that's not right. 5! We're missing 5 targets. And I've lost the ability to do maths there. So there's still 4 targets now they need to get, but it's gonna that can make the difference. It did hit that first game. Few players seem to be having some technical difficulties there with their equipment. Not quite sure what was going on. So the Reds have got quite a heavy lead. They've kicked the Greens out of that position. I think it probably is down to most of the Greens being in their spawn area. All 5 players there. I could see on one camera. But then there's no targets in that area, so probably not the best move for those guys. They need to be a bit more aggressive. I might suggest to Dan we do a little bit of a team switch up if he hasn't already. The Reds do seem to be dominating. Scores seem to be evening out a little bit. I still think there's one target that's not in play. Oh no, there are. All 20 targets are now active. Maybe it just came on. Just over the half-minute mark now. The Greens seem to have picked it up again, taking the lead. I think this might be a fairly close game because it's been sort of very back and forth between who's taking the lead there. Another player leaving the arena to go into the safe zone there. Another green player as well. It seems to be the Greens having issues, even though they are holding more of the targets currently. See how it is on respawns. That can make all the difference. Lots of gun troubles today. Fiddling with guns. You know, there's a blue player going into the. I think he's going into the safe zone to fix his gun. Yep, yes he has. So many problems. I'm not sure what's going on with people's equipment today, but seems to not be the day for it. Maybe everyone was too busy on the weekend enjoying themselves and going out for the Jubilee, rather than checking through their equipment, making sure everything's working. Always try and find time to do that. So many times where I've been out on site, my gun hasn't worked and it's ruined my day. You have to switch to your backup after getting a new toy. It always sucks. So it turns out the respawns were the exact same. So it was a draw on the respawns, which is quite cool. We haven't had that before. But the Reds did win on overall time held on targets. That does mean that the Reds have won every single game so far today. So we need to possibly have a look at splitting their teams up a bit. I will talk to Dan. We'll be back in a few minutes time with another game. I think we're going to play a different game. So yeah, bear with us a couple minutes and we'll be back shortly. If you're just joining us, players have just gone out of a game. They're just having a short break, and we'll be back in for a new game. I'm not sure what that next game is just yet. Just trying to get hold of Dan to find that out now. But bear with us a few more minutes, maybe like 5 minutes, and then we'll be back with a new game. And as soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know what we're playing next. So the next game we'll be playing is Attack and Defend. This will be a nice fast-paced game. This is my favourite game that we play. It's really fun to watch on the stream. Basically, the one team attacks, one team defends. The aim of the attacking team is to take out all of the targets, all 20 targets in the arena in the fastest time possible. The team to do that the fastest obviously wins. The defending team have to try and stop them from doing that. But yeah, this is my favourite game. We'll hopefully be back in a few minutes, and the guys will be playing that. So bear with us a couple more minutes and we'll be back. So let me just find out who's attacking first. The players are just heading into their positions now. So we got the Reds that are attacking first. They will be. So far they've been the stronger team, but the respawn's been pretty even. So I think it's just objective time. They seem to be better. Maybe they seem to know where all the targets are. But we'll see how this one goes. See what happens on this one, I suppose. The Greens will be defending. We'll see how fast the Reds can attack. Let me just get these cameras switched over for you guys so you can see what's going on. But they're just all getting into positions now. Dan has got the last few players just gearing up in the safe zone there, waiting by the door. So we won't have a Marshall cam for this one. Dan's GoPro has run out of batteries, so we'll get that changed for the next one for you. But unfortunately for this round, we're not going to have that. We're just going to get the players in the arena and playing before we faff around with that. Nearly all ready, just waiting on one more. And he's just entering the arena right now, so... Okay, so is the Reds attacking first? They're just getting ready in position on the bottom left camera there. and then the greens are on the bottom right camera. So I think Dan's just getting the final OKs from the players, making sure they're all ready, and then he's about to start the game. Yeah, there he goes across the arena to start the game. Just getting in positions. So here we go. This game on. They've already got 6 targets in 6 seconds, so I'm not quite sure how they managed that. That was very quick. 14 targets in 14 seconds. 15. This is a very fast time. A lot faster than they did it this morning. So coming to 30 seconds now, and we've got 15 targets done. That's still very quick. Our fastest time so far on the stream was 55 seconds. We have some people adamant that they were faster, but unfortunately there's no evidence of that on stream. So so the defending team also have only have 2 lives, so after 2 times they'll be out, so they'll have to sit in their spawn and wait till the next round. There's 16 out of 20 targets now, so there's only 4 left, and we're just over a minute in. It's pretty good. Oh, there are only 2 left. Anything sub 5 minutes really is pretty fast in this arena. The game's 10 minutes, so you've got 10 minutes to take out all 20 targets. That's pretty impressive. Oh, 1 more target as well. Just over a minute and 30. So 1 more target to get. And there we go, 137. That is very fast. So that was the Reds attacking first. So let me just put that in the chat for you, so we don't forget. Cool, so okay, so I just confirmed from down there. Yeah, 1 minute 37 seconds for the Reds there. All of the players seem to have just left the arena though. I'm not quite sure why. We'll get them straight back in as quick as we can. Give me 1 moment. Just a little bit of miscommunication there. The players are literally just about to head back in. So I'll leave the screen on the arena camera for now. No point me making you watch any adverts. What do you guys think of our new layout anyway? Is it to your liking, or did you prefer the old layout? If you prefer the old layout, tough. We're always open to feedback though, so if there's anything you have to say about our new arena, let us know. So here we are, players straight back into the arena, getting in position. So it is now the greens attacking and the reds defending. Let's see how fast the greens can attack. Will they beat 1 minute 37? Still a very fast time though. Anything sub 5 minutes is super quick in here. Like I keep saying, the rounds last for 10 minutes long, so if you don't do it in 10 minutes then you're really slow, but anything under 5, that is half the time of the game, so that is very, very good. Sub 2 minutes is stupidly fast, but then we get those sub 1 minute runs and they're just incredibly fast. Some of the players getting ready there, sitting down in their spawn. They don't want to be sitting down at the start of this because they're about to run across the arena, so better be ready. 2 more players in the safe zone we're just waiting on. Okay, so game's just about to start. All the players are now in position. So this is the greens attacking. They don't seem like they're ready. They all seem to be just standing around chatting. There we go, there's game on. They're definitely off to a slower start than the reds were, but they're catching up. 13 in 13 seconds is pretty good. So at the 14 mark, usually these last 5 or 6 targets are the slower ones to get because they tend to be the opposite side of the arena from the spawn. So there's 10 targets in each side of the arena. So they got 4 more, 3 more. It's very fast, to be fair. They've only just gone over 30 seconds and there's only 3 left. Still 3 more targets. If they get those 3 in the next 10 seconds, then they will have a record run. But it doesn't look like they're going to. They've got 3 seconds. And there we go. They haven't made the record run, but it's still incredibly fast. We have a green in the safe zone, though. Is not ideal, considering they're attacking. Still 3 targets to go. There's only 7 seconds off of the greens time, the reds time. So will they get it? Doesn't seem like they have. Almost. They got 1 more then. So there's 2 more targets to get. But looks like the reds have won this round. But we'll see how fast the greens go. Still incredibly fast at the moment. 18 targets in less than 2 minutes. 20 targets. There we go. 156. The sub 2 minutes is still a very fast time, but not fast enough. So the green attackers got 1 minute 56 seconds. not quite fast enough, I'm afraid, but it's very good. So it's still very fast. We'll stick that over to a break screen. But yeah, not fast enough. Our record time on that one is 55 seconds so far. I think we will sort out some sort of leaderboard for that game mode, which will be cool. And then we can update that. But for now, I'll just have to try and remember. So we will be back shortly with another game. I think we're going to do a team domination next. I'll find out from Dan what's the plan. But yeah, for now, just bear with us. Players are just going to have a short break. I think they're all a bit knackered after that one. So the next game is going to be a team domination. The players are just getting into place now, so I'll just change the cameras over to those for you guys there. There we go. We've done a ship. Okay, we're just waiting on the last couple players here. They're just grabbing their gear now. Most players are in position. We are playing team domination here. So in this game, each team will need to find their colour targets and shoot them and take them out. The more targets you take out, the more points you score. You don't want to be shooting the other team's targets. So if you're on the red team, shoot the red targets. Don't shoot the green targets. If you did shoot those targets, you would give the other team points. Respawns are also in play in this one, so when you press that respawn button, it will tally up the amount of times your team has respawned. At the end of the game, if you respawn loads of times, you'll have loads of points taken off of your score. So players are just getting ready now. One more, just in the safe zone. Just waiting on them. Most of them already. And here we go. This is the start of the game here. And here we go. Let's get some music playing. This one's pretty hard to keep track of on the scoreboard, so it's kind of like you just have to go visually what's going on. So the more colours you see of one team, it generally means they're not doing so well. So if you see loads of red targets, it means the red players aren't shooting their targets so much. If you see loads of green, then obviously the greens aren't shooting their targets so much. Like right now, as Dan's walking through, I can see lots of green lights reflecting off of everything. So that tells me, and there's a couple of red there as well. It tells me that the greens were need to shoot a few more targets there. Targets can actually respawn in random places as well. So and there can be anywhere from anywhere. Can be between 2 or 20 targets up at inactive or active at any time in the arena. So it makes the game very random and strange. So you can tell quite a few of the players look a bit tired. Now maybe we'll have to move them along a little bit. They're all just wandering along. A few of them are still running around. The usual of a player sitting on the floor trying to fix his gun. He might be tying his shoes actually. I think he was tying his shoes. Few players with some more gun issues there. Dan's just gone to sort that out for us. You can see there's a bit of back and forth between the targets. Both teams seem to be on an even amount of targets at the moment. It's going up and down here and there, but it seems fairly even so far. I think the respawns do come into play in this game as well, so the more the team respawns, the more points will be taken off at the end of the game. Lots of respawning, but it seems fairly even. Both teams seem to be respawning just as much as each other, really. The targets, according to the scoreboard, have sort of unbalanced now. So the reds, I think, are doing slightly better than the greens. It's very hard to tell in this mode. You can see a target above that that green player there, just in front of Dan. Was not lit, but now is lit red. If he stays there and defends that and stops that from getting shot, that's less points for the other team. But it looks like he just ran off as I said that, so scratch that idea. Yet again, another target next to the green player. Nope, he needs to shoot it, but Dan was standing in front of it. Oh, red and a green player very close to each other there. Literally other sides of the walls to each other. My music appears to have stopped again. Let me just play on that. Sorry about that. So a lot of reds in their spawn. You'll probably notice keep calling them reds even though they're wearing blue armbands, but they are the red team. We don't have red armbands just yet. We will get some though. Just pretend they're red, please. It seems fairly even. I'm not too sure on who's going to win this one. It's very hard to tell. Lots of targets are down. Very few are up currently, so they're in the last 30 seconds of the game now. Again, not too sure on who's going to win. So here we go, this is the end of the game just coming up now. Looked fairly even to me, but it looks like the reds did win just at the end there. I need to find out how that scoreboard actually works in correlation to the live gameplay there. But yeah, it seems like the reds did win overall. I'll just find out the respawns for you guys, so bear with me a couple minutes and I'll find out for you. Okay, so it looks like the red team won, but they had more respawns. I think it looked like it was 32 respawns for the red, and 20 something, the low 20s for the greens there. Didn't quite catch the number. I think it was 23. But yeah, they obviously held more targets than the greens did, so they then won the game from doing that. So bear with us a couple of minutes. We're going to do another round of that just after a short break. Players are just going to have a bit of a breather and a drink, bit of a reload, and then we'll be back. So not too long now, players are all back in the safe zone, just gearing up. They just wanted a quick break there. I think we are doing another round of team domination. I'll just double check with Dan. But yeah, give me a few moments, I'll find out for you. Okay, yeah, so yeah, another round of team domination. There was a couple more minutes and should be back in. They're just getting their masks and stuff back on. Okay, so you're just joining us now. We're playing Team Domination. Team Domination is a game where we use our attack sense targets. The aim of the game is to take out as many of your own coloured targets as possible, basically. So if you're on the red team, you want to find the red targets, give them a shoot, take them out, and try and stop the greens from taking their own targets, and vice versa. The spawn counters are in play in this one as well, so the more your team respawns, the more points that will be deducted from your score at the end of the game. So players are just going into the arena now. We'll switch over to those guys so you can see them. There we go. You can see some of the, I think it's the red players. Yeah, the red players there looking a bit tired now. Some of them have been here all day. So Dan is just heading out of the arena to just start the game now, and then he'll be getting the players to enjoy themselves. Right, here we go, game on. So we've had quite a mix of who's been winning this today. It started off with the Reds were completely annihilating the Greens this afternoon. But it seems to have even out now. I think they've shifted a couple of the players around, so we'll see how that goes. So it seems pretty even at the moment. Looks like the Greens are slightly ahead. A little hard to tell at this stage who's doing better, but yeah, it definitely does look like the Greens are ahead. I can see more red targets than I can greens. So the respawns still look fairly even. This whole afternoon, the respawns have been very, very even. Both teams been pretty fair on that respect. It's just the reds seem to be all over the objectives more than the greens so far anyway. But again, this game's sort of pretty back and forth. They're both drawed at the moment. They've both got the same amount of targets up. The greens do quite quickly take the lead every now and then though, so I have a feeling the greens are doing better than the reds are. But we'll see how it turns in the next few minutes. We're not even halfway through yet. Seems like the greens are still quite ahead of the reds there. They do keep occasionally bring it back, the reds, but not at the moment. They don't seem to be. We're over 5 minutes now, almost 6 minutes into the game. It started off fairly even, then it went one-sided to the reds, but now the greens seem to have pulled it back. And now say that it's gone pretty even again. So reds making a little bit of a comeback now. They're ahead slightly. And now we're pretty even again. Oh, as I said that, it changed. Very hard to judge on what's going on this one. So we're 3-6, 2-6. Just with 3 minutes left, so we're back even again now. Not so much respawning on either teams here, really. They're both fairly even there. It's going to be a hard one to tell. It might even just be down to the respawns on this one. We'll have to find out. We're just coming up to 2 minutes left now.
There we go, the 2-minute mark. The 8-minute mark, 2 minutes left even. The Greens have suddenly taken a huge jump forward there, leaving the Reds in their dust. The Reds slowly climbing back, there they go. We're not quite holding it though. Dan having a wave at the walls, introducing himself to them. Yeah, the Greens do seem to be holding this lead a little bit more than the Reds are. As I said that, the Reds have taken the lead. Just over a minute left as well now, so mate, who's gonna... I think this really will be down to the respawns in this one. I don't really know how that's going to come into effect, but they both seem pretty even on respawns, although loads of Greens did just respawn, so that makes a lot more sense why the Reds suddenly became the controllers of the arena there. So just 30 seconds left of the game here. Will the Greens pull it back, or will they leave it to the Reds? I don't think they're going to be pulling much back if they're all in their spawn. So it's not going to help them much standing around in the spawn. They are bringing it back though, but not quite enough. Oh, they've just pulled it back. I'm really not sure on who's going to win this. The Greens did win it at the last second by the looks of it. That is crazy. They were losing, and then yeah, it was a very sort of seesaw kind of game, I guess. It moved over to the Greens taking the win at the end there. We'll see what the respawns are like with Dan in a few seconds. Just bear with me a few seconds while I converse with Dan. Okay, so I have a feeling the respawns came into play quite a bit in that one. The Greens had 30 respawns, and the Reds had 40 plus respawns there, so I think that did lose them the game there. But yeah, well done to the Greens, making a bit of a comeback after being destroyed by the Red all afternoon. So give us a few minutes, we'll be back with another game. Players are just going to have a quick break, so bear with us and we'll be back soon.
70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this the 7 C's. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage as they sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going.
Pussy by association. Pussy by association. Pussy by association. Dying let the deputy mad in my brown.
Put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown.
So we will be back in a few minutes with a new game. We're going to play 2-shooter flip again, but this time we're going to play it with the lights off. So bear with us a few more minutes and we'll be back with 2-shooter flip. So this will be our last round for the stream tonight. We will, I think they're going to play, what was it? It was 2-shooter flip they were playing, but they're going to play it with the lights out. So then the night on a nice one, they're going to have the lights off. So here we go. This is 2-shooter flip. In 2-shooter flip, the whole idea is to capture and hold as many targets in your colour as you can. So the team that holds the longest targets, their colour, the most targets, their colour for the longest time wins at the end. You'll notice the two little spawn buttons, the little lights in the respawns. When they press those, it will tell you how many times that they've respawned as well. So the more one team will respawn, the more points that it will deduct from their score at the end of the game.
There is nothing
So far, it looks like the greens are winning, but not all of the targets seem to be active just yet. So there's still some that they've got to find. They're quite difficult to find in the dark though, because they don't emit any light until they've been shot. So it's a bit of a sneaky one, and it does seem to be a sneaky game. Everyone's creeping around, nobody's running everywhere, no one's trying to give themselves away. There's still 5 more targets, I think, that need to be shot. Yeah, 5 more targets are still not active. So that just means that nobody's shot them yet. So the greens are definitely holding more targets than the reds are right now. There's one player just coming in and out of the arena there. Grab another mag, I think. Switch over to Dan, see what Dan's looking at. And here we go, this is what Dan can see. Not a lot, to be fair, it's quite dark. Looks really cool in the light though, the red light in the arena looks awesome. I've said it many times today, but I cannot wait until we get the extra lighting that we're planning to add into the arena for the dark bits. Put down onto the thing there. But it still looks like there's, I think it's, yeah, there's one target that nobody's got just yet. I'm not quite sure where it is. I have a feeling I know where it might be, but not certain. I know. It could be in one of the little, there's a little corridor just to the right of each spawn. I have a feeling it may be there, but I could be wrong. Well, we've just reached the halfway mark anyway from the game. We'll just pass the halfway mark. And it's fairly even. They're passing the lead to each other. It would be pretty much bang on even if they had that, that other target in play, but nobody seems to have shot it. Actually, I think I see where it is. So, I think it's the center camera. Just to the left of that camera there is a target right there, and you can't really see any light flashing from it. Oh, actually you can now, so maybe, no you can't. That was just a reflection off of Dan, I think. Oh look, Dan's looking at it. Yeah, no, there's no light in that corner, so that's where it is. Nobody's shot that target just yet. But it's a very dark corner. It's very hard to see. Three minutes left of this game. Well, almost just over 3 minutes left. And it seems like the greens, I think, are just holding it a little bit more than the reds are. Might make all the difference. Still, one target not been shot. A couple of players were just in the safe zone there. I think they were on the green team. Not too sure. It's hard to tell the colours in the dark. The last 2 minutes of the game now. Still no one got that last target. It seems to be unclaimed still. There's 20 targets in total in the arena, and there's only 19 that have been shot. So we're still waiting on them to find that last target. I don't think they're going to find it, to be honest. If I'm right, it is the... I think it is the... Just as they walk into the arena, it is literally just there on the left. No one has shot it yet. They've only got 1 minute left. There's a player in the safe zone right now, so maybe he'll hear me saying that and go in and shoot it, but I don't think he's gonna have enough time. I said 30 seconds left. Still, no one shot that target. The Reds seem to be holding majority of them at the moment, but we'll see who's been respawning more and who's been holding them for a longer time in 15 seconds. I don't think that player's going to make it back. We've got 10 seconds left. It looks like he's about to run in the arena. 5 seconds. He's just opened the door. Will he see the target? I don't think he did. Nope. So there's 19 targets taken. Overall, the Greens did win. We'll find out how, considering they only had one target left right at the end there. But obviously, a longer period of time, they held more targets. Okay, so the green team even respawned more times. They respawned 23 times, whereas the Reds only respawned 16. But the green team obviously held the targets for a longer period of time. So that's the winning team. So that was the last game for the stream tonight. Players are just going to finish up with a little silly mess around in the arena for the last 5 minutes of their time. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream with just me today. We will be back on a Tuesday, I think, with pistols and shotguns, and then the rest of the weekday evenings sessions, apart from Friday, will be regular sessions. On Friday we've got a lights out session. So Tuesday is pistol shotguns, Wednesday, Thursday normal, and then Friday is lights out. So thank you for watching, guys. Tune in Tuesday for another stream at